Hey guys, tonight we will step back thousands of years to the sun-baked mesas and canyonlands of what is now the American Southwest. You're standing on parched earth, the scent of dust and juniper fills the air, and the vast clear sky stretches endlessly above. Imagine the effort it takes just to pull a meal from this rugged land, relying on ancient wisdom and an intimate understanding of nature. Trust me, with your current snack cupboard, you probably wouldn't survive this for a week. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Let me know where you're listening from and what time it is for you in the comments below. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's relax and begin tonight's journey together. You watch the sun dip below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery oranges and deep purples. As the ancestral Puebloan peoples, those resourceful inhabitants of this starkly beautiful landscape, prepare their evening meal. Their diet, you quickly realize, revolves around a powerful and humble trio: corn, beans, and squash. This triumvirate isn't just a culinary choice. It's the very foundation of their survival, a sustainable agricultural system perfected over centuries. You see a woman tending a small fire, the smoke curling upwards, carrying the earthy smell of roasting corn. It's a common historical fact that these three crops, often called the Three Sisters, were cultivated together throughout many indigenous cultures in North America due to their symbiotic growing relationship. What's perhaps less known is that some ancestral Puebloan groups developed hundreds of different varieties of corn, each adapted to specific microclimates and soil conditions. Talk about specialized agriculture. Historians still debate whether the earliest introduction of corn to the region was through direct migration of farming peoples or through a slower diffusion of seeds and knowledge between hunter-gatherer groups. You just hope they had a good recipe for corn chowder. The sun rises, casting long shadows across the canyon, and you join the villagers as they head to their fields. The sheer effort involved in growing food here is astounding. You watch as they meticulously tend their maize, each stalk a testament to their dedication. This isn't your average supermarket sweet corn. These are hardy, resilient varieties, often destined to be dried and ground into flour. A common historical fact is that corn was not only a food source, but also deeply integrated into their spiritual beliefs and ceremonies, revered as a sacred plant. You notice something peculiar. Some fields are positioned on mesa tops, while others nestle in canyon bottoms, a quirky strategy to hedge against unpredictable rainfall, utilizing both direct rain and runoff. It's like having a backup generator, but for your dinner. Historians still debate the exact methods and timing of the widespread adoption of dry farming techniques, which were crucial for sustaining large populations in arid environments. You wipe a bead of sweat from your brow, grateful you don't have to rely on your own green thumb in this climate. As the day progresses, you move from the cornfields to observe the other two sisters, beans and squash. You see the bean plants, their vines gracefully climbing the sturdy corn stalks, a natural trellis system. It's a genius setup, really, as the beans return nitrogen to the soil, benefiting the thirsty corn. A common historical fact is that the amino acids in beans perfectly complement those found in corn, providing a complete protein source vital for their health. This ancient nutritional wisdom predates modern dietetics by millennia. A quirky detail you notice is the incredible variety of squash, from hard-shelled winter squash that could last for months to summer varieties eaten fresh. Some even had incredibly tough rinds, used not just for food, but also as containers, bowls, and even rattles. You wonder if they ever played squash with a squash? Historians still debate the extent to which these specific companion planting methods were consciously developed versus emerging organically through generations of observation and practice. Leaving the cultivated fields, you accompany a small group into the surrounding wildlands. Even in this seemingly barren landscape, you discover a surprising abundance of edible plants. You nibble on a juicy, prickly pear fruit, carefully avoiding the tiny, irritating spines, a skill they mastered, unlike your fumbling attempt. It's a common historical fact that wild plants provided essential vitamins and minerals that might have been less abundant in their staple crops, acting as a crucial dietary supplement. You see them gathering cholla buds, yucca fruit, and even pine nuts, meticulously harvesting each item. A quirky piece of information is that the pollen from cattails, a plant usually associated with wetlands, was sometimes collected and used as a nutrient-rich flour extender, particularly during lean times. Historians still debate the relative dietary contribution of wild foraging versus cultivated crops, especially in different regions and during periods of environmental stress. You realize this simple diet was actually incredibly complex and nuanced. The sun is high, and a small hunting party returns, bringing with them a couple of jackrabbits and a few quail. You observe the lean, strong figures of the hunters, their movements fluid and efficient. It's a common historical fact that hunting provided a vital source of protein and fat, supplementing their largely plant-based diet. While large game like deer or bighorn sheep were occasionally hunted, small game was a far more consistent and reliable protein source. A quirky tidbit you learn is that turkeys were sometimes domesticated not primarily for their meat, but more often for their feathers, which were woven into warm cloaks and blankets. Imagine wearing your dinner as a jacket. Historians still debate the exact proportion of animal protein in their diet, as it likely varied significantly based on environmental conditions and specific community practices across the vast Puebloan world. Back in the village, the air is filled with the rhythmic sound of grinding. You watch women kneeling at metates, patiently grinding dried corn into fine flour. This process, often taking hours, was central to their daily lives. A common historical fact is that this laborious grinding not only made the corn digestible, but also removed the hard outer hull, improving its nutritional availability. The flour would be used to make various dishes, from a thin gruel to the ubiquitous peaky bread, a paper-thin blue cornbread cooked on a hot stone. A quirky detail is that they sometimes soaked their corn in an alkaline solution, like ash lye, a process called nixtamalization, which released niacin and made the corn more nutritious, preventing a deficiency disease called pellagra. It's like ancient food science. Historians still debate the full range of cooking methods employed, as evidence of some perishable techniques, like steaming in pits, is harder to find archaeologically. As the seasons change, so too does the rhythm of life and diet. You feel the chill winds of winter, knowing that the stored harvests of corn, beans, and squash are paramount for survival. It's a common historical fact that careful food storage was absolutely critical, with granaries built into cliffs or underground kivas protecting their precious supplies from pests and weather. You see the community rationing, stretching out resources until the spring. A quirky adaptation you notice is the way they preserved meat, not just by drying, but sometimes by mixing it with dried berries and fats to create a sort of pemmican, a high-energy, long-lasting food. It's the original energy bar! Historians still debate the specific impact of long periods of drought or severe weather on population movements and dietary shifts among different ancestral Puebloan groups. You appreciate the modern convenience of a grocery store, where every season is all you can eat. You've journeyed through their year observing a diet that, while seemingly simple, was incredibly robust and intelligent. The ancestral Puebloans, through their sustained engagement with this land, developed a dietary pattern that supported complex societies for centuries. It's a common historical fact that the physical remains of ancestral Puebloans generally indicate a healthy population, largely free from many of the diseases of civilization associated with processed foods. You see them thriving, their energy sustained by whole, unprocessed foods. A quirky observation is that dental wear patterns on excavated remains often show significant abrasion from gritty cornmeal, a testament to their diet and grinding techniques. It's like their teeth were the ultimate food processors. Historians still debate the long-term effects of their increasing reliance on maize, with some theories suggesting that a lack of dietary diversity during certain periods contributed to nutritional stress. As the ancient whispers fade and the fire embers glow a final soft red, you feel the profound connection between these people and their land. Their simple, healthy diet, born of necessity and wisdom, was a testament to resilience and ingenuity. No exotic spices, no intricate recipes, just the pure, honest flavors of corn, beans, and squash, supplemented by the gifts of the wild. You can almost feel the texture of hand-ground cornmeal, the sweetness of a wild berry, the warmth of a fire on a cool evening. Their lives, intimately tied to the rhythms of nature, remind us of a time when sustenance was earned, appreciated, and understood on the deepest level. Let those images gently dissolve now, leaving you with a sense of calm and a quiet appreciation for the nourishment that sustains us all. Sweet dreams.